either the 20% of the FOB or the actual value, whichever is lesser, we should consider. Keep this in mind. Any grant or subsidy given by the government, we should not consider. Apart from that, any grants given or received, we can consider. So any excess credit available under IGST, utilize first for IGST, then go for CGST. GST 1, 10 points you can write for 10 marks. Again 2, 10 points, 3, 10 points. Any one question, there will compulsory, there will be one question on GST 1, 2 or 3. Hello my dear students, I am Rajesh sir, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First State College, MYSURU, Temple of Excellence. My dear students, in today's session, I'm going to handle the subject indirect tax. The topic is model paper discussion. Now let's go to in part A, you have to attend any 2 questions. So each question carries 15 marks. So from the following particulars, compute the assessable value and custom duty payable. So cost of machine is, they have given in the dollar, we have to convert to Indian rupees, $50,000, packing charges $400, commission paid to broker 5% on cost of the machine. Buying commission, we should not consider buying commission. Always keep this in mind. Buying commission, we should not consider. And design and development charges outside India is 3,000, we can consider. Technical fees 2,500, we can consider. Again, ocean freight. See here, when they give ocean freight means seller is sending the goods through ocean or sea transportation or ocean transportation. So in case of ocean or land transportation, so 20%, if they given the amount, we will take the same amount, or we can consider this amount as a freight. If they did not give the amount, we can take the 20% of the FOB. 20% of the FOB means free on board. 20% of the FOB value we can consider. If it is a air freight, or transportation through air, either the 20% of the FOB or the actual value, whichever is lesser, we should consider. Keep this in mind. In case of while calculating the freight charges, if in case of land or sea transportation or ocean transportation, take the same amount what they are given. If they did not give, take the 20% of the FOB. In case of air freight, either the 20% of the FOB or the actual freight, whichever is lesser, should be taken. Next one, insurance charges $2,000. If they did not give the insurance, so let's consider 1.125% of the FOB value. So if they give the insurance, take the same amount. If they did not give insurance amount, we should calculate 1.125% of the FOB value. It is a standard rate. Next one, material supplied by the importer, 2 lakh rupees. We can consider transportation charges and transit insurance premium. Port to factory, we should not consider. So once the goods reach nearby port in India to the seller of the goods, so once the goods reached Indian port, any expenses met after reaching the Indian port, we should not consider. So once the goods reach to Indian port, we should not consider any expenses from port to factory. Next one, applicable rate is basic custom duty 10%, IGST 18%, compensation cess 20%, social welfare charges 10%. The rate exchange notified is 70 rupees per dollar. If they give RBI's rate, so don't take RBI rate. RBI rate we should not consider. Only we should consider the rate fixed by the Central Board for Indirect Tax and Custom Duty, CBIC's rate we should consider. We should not consider the RBI's rate. So if they did not give 2 value, here if they are given only single value, we should consider, we should assume that this rate given by the CBIC. Next, let's go to the problem, cost of the machine. So it is in dollar, we will convert this into, so what is the rate per dollar? So 1 USD, $1 equals to 70 rupees. 70 rupees. Okay, if you convert this to Indian rupees, it will become 35 lakh. So 50,000 into 70 rupees equals to 35 lakh. Again, add the items. What are the items to be added? Packing charges, add it. Commission on 5% on 50,000 rupees, 5% we can add it. Design and development charges, we can add it. Technical fees, we can add it. Subtotal is 8,500, convert to Indian rupees, it will become 5,95,000. Material supplied by importer, added directly, he has given 2 lakh rupees. Now this is the FOB value. This is the FOB value. So now add the transportation charges, or since it is a ocean freight, so whatever the amount they have given, convert to Indian rupees. Again, insurance premium given is 2000. If they did not give insurance premium, 1.125% of the FOB value. In case of air freight, either the actual freight or the 20% of the FOB value, whichever is lesser should be considered. So now add all the amount, you'll get the assessable value 46,45,000. Now let's calculate the custom duty on this. For this, you'll be having 10 marks. Calculation of custom duty will be having 5 marks. Okay, so calculation of custom duty payable. Now, what is the assessable value? 46,45,000. So, basic custom duty on A. So, let's consider this as a A. So, on A, we should calculate 10%. 46,45,000 into 10% is 4,65,000. Again, social welfare charges on this. Tax on tax is the surcharges, or SST is tax on tax. On 4,65,000 into 10% is 46,000. 46,000. So again, IGST. So first you add this amount. On this amount, we should calculate the IGST 18%. So on D, we should calculate the IGST. $51,56,500 into 18%. So we'll get 9,28,170. Again, composition says also we should calculate on D only. 51,56,500 into 18%. So 20%. So it will become 10,31,300. So what are the taxes here? So don't take the assessable value. We'll calculate in the custom duty. This is custom duty. See, custom duty. So consider this one. Consider surcharges. Consider IGST. Consider the composition says. So now add all the 1, 2, 3, 4 items. So you'll get the total custom duty payable. So buying commission, we should not, expenses from the import of the factory should not be considered the assessable value of the custom duty. Now let's go to the next problem. Fusion Limited Delhi is a supplier of the machinery. So this is the problem from calculation of value of supply or computation of value of supply. Using for making a bottle caps, the following information is provided. The wholesale price of the machine is excluding all the taxes. When they give excluding all the taxes, we should add all the information or add all the expenses they have given. So 45 lakh is the actual value of the machine, and the following included incidental expenses, handling and loading charges is 50,000. We should add it. Installation and commission charges 1,50,000. We should add it. Transportation cost paid to separate agency with a service contract. We should not take this. Again, additional 1 year warranty cost, we can consider warranty cost. Next one, cash discount 2% on the price of the machine, we can consider offered at the time of supply in the amount paid within 15 days. Again, for every machine supplied, the company received a grant of 2 lakh rupees from its holding company. If any grant discount given by the government, state government, central government, we should not consider. So here the grants is given by the head office or holding company, we can consider this amount. Next one, the supply is within the state and GST rate is 12%. When the supply is within the state, so which tax we should pay? We should pay 50% of the 12% is CGST, remaining 50% is the SGST we should pay. Now calculation, so price of the machinery 45 lakh. Again, handling charges we can add it. Installation commission charges we can add it. So transportation cost. So what is the transportation cost here? So separate agency is doing, we should not consider this one. Again, additional warranty we can add it. Again, grant from holding company we can add it. Any grant from the government we should not consider. Again, total price of the machine is 52 lakh. Again, deduct the discount. So we have assumed the payment is made within the 15 days. So we are deducting the discount. The amount will be 51,10,000. So on this 12% GST is 6,13,200. So we can divide the amount CGST, SGST. 50% of the tax is CGST, remaining 50% is the SGST because the supply is within the state. So the note transaction value is the price actually paid or payable, assuming that the supplier and the receiver are not related. and all the incidental expenses is includable in the value of supply, because this is the excluding. Here only he has given, so all the expenses are excluding all the tax and expenses he has given. That's why we are adding all the expenses. If he has given including all the expenses, we should not take the incidental expenses. Now, as the transportation cost is paid for separate service contract between the customer and the third party, this should not be included in the value of supply. Again, warranty cost shall be included in the value of supply. And again, grants or subsidy directly linked to the price, excluding the subsidies from the government. So any grant or subsidy given by the government we should not consider. Apart from that, any grants given or received we can consider. Next one. So this is also 15 marks question. We can expect this type of problems. So Arun Trader furnished the following details. So input purchase or intrastate. So this is the ITC, input tax credit. From the chapter input tax credit, we have taken this problem for 15 marks. So input purchase, intrastate means within the state. So when they give intrastate, so out of 12%, 6% is the CGST, 6% is the SGST. Again, interstate means between two states, so full 18% should be paid to IGST. Again, input lying in the stock is 40%. Next, output intra-state. Output means we are selling. So here input means in order to purchase the raw materials. So we have purchased the raw materials to produce the goods. This is called as input. So we have paid the tax on this. How much tax we have paid? 12% we have tax paid on the input. Again, on 18% we have paid on 40 lakh. So these are the outputs, tax payable on the sale of the product. So how much we have to pay the tax? 18% on 50 lakh. Again, 15 lakh, 18% we have to pay. So this intra-state means within the state, CGST and SGST. Interstate means outside the state. For 15 lakh we have to pay IGST 18%. Now let's calculate the tax. First we will calculate the input tax or tax paid, already paid on the raw materials and other materials to produce the product. Later we will calculate the output tax which is payable to the government. So after that, deduct the input tax from output tax. Remaining tax should be payable to the government. Now let's calculate. So this is the output tax, means actual tax payable to the government. So what is our output tax? So on 50 lakh rupees, how much tax we should pay? 18% tax we should pay. So it is a intra-state, means within state. So out of 18%, 9% is the CGST, remaining 9% is the SGST. So 50 lakh into 9%, CGST 50%, 9% is the CGST, 9% is the SGST. So IGST, it is an intra-state, so we are not paying the IGST. Again, come to interstate, within two states. Between two states we have to pay on 15 lakh 18%. So total amount should be payable to 2,70,000. So total tax payable on output is 4,50,000 CGST, 4,50,000 SGST, 2,70,000 is the IGST. Come to the tax already paid on the input. So this is the intrastate. On 15 lakh rupees, our input is there. On this we have to pay 12% tax, 6% CGST, 6% SGST. Why? Because we are doing intrastate or within the state. So it is 90,000 rupees we have to pay CGST, 90,000 rupees we have to pay SGST, IGST is nil. Again, intrastate on 40 lakh rupees, 18,000 rupees we have to pay. So total tax payable as IGST is 7,20,000. So total tax payable is 90,000 CGST, 90,000 SGST, 7,20,000 IGST it is payable. Now let's do the adjustment. So how to do the adjustment or tax payment mechanism? So first one, output tax payable. What is output tax payable? 4,50,000, 4,50,000, 2,70,000. 4,50,000, 4,50,000, 2,70,000 is payable. Already paid how much tax? 90,000 rupees in the CGST, 90,000 rupees in the SGST, 7,20,000 in the IGST. Already we have paid on the inputs. Now deduct this amount. 90,000, 90,000, 7,20,000. So still we have to pay 3,60,000 under CGST, 3,60,000 under SGST. This is negative figure. So this is the excess input credit available. The excess input tax credit is available. So we can utilize from IGST first. So what is the mechanism to adjust and set off and carry forward? So this is the adjust. So how much tax payable is? 2,70,000. Out of that we have already paid the 7,20,000. So still we have 4,50,000 rupees excess credit available. in IGST. This excess credit can be utilized first for, so any excess credit available under IGST, utilize first for IGST, then go for CGST. So out of 7,20,000, we have already deducted 2,70,000. Remaining is 4,50,000 is excess credit available. So we can, this amount can be utilized to pay the 3,60,000. Out of 4,50,000 excess credit from IGST, I am going for CGST first. These are the rules. So first, any excess credit available in the IGST, go utilize for CGST first. Still, if you have any excess credit after utilizing this amount for CGST, we can go for SGST. So excess credit available is 4,50,000. How much tax payable here? 3,60,000. Deduct this 3,60,000. Remaining amount is, so 4,50,000 minus 3,60,000. Remaining is 90,000 excess credit still available. So this amount can be utilized for to set off the under CGST. So this 90,000 I am utilizing here. So remaining tax 2,70,000 rupees payable under CGST to the government. Are you clear? I hope. Any excess credit available under IGST, first utilize for the any amount, first utilize for IGST, then go for CGST. If you have still any extra amount after deduction of the tax under CGST, we can go for SGST. So there is no cross utilization between CGST and SGST. We can not, if you have any excess credit under CGST, we can utilize for SGST. If you have any excess credit under SGST, we cannot utilize for the CGST. But we can utilize any excess credit under CGST, we can utilize under IGST. Any excess credit under SGST, we can utilize for IGST. Any excess credit under IGST, we can utilize for, first come to CGST, then go for SGST. This is the rules. Now let's go to this is the theory question we can expect. So what are the types of custom duty? So 15 marks they will ask this question. Please get ready. What are the custom duty? So basic custom duty, additional custom duty, countervailing duty, and surcharges, understanding, anti-dumping duty, and compensation cess. So these are all the custom duties you have to explain. All these things you have to explain. Again, what are the objectives of prohibition under the custom duty? This is also one of the important 15 marks question we can expect. And also we can expect what is the procedure for registration. So this question also we can expect for 15 marks. Procedure under registration. Procedure for registration under GST. So this question also we can expect for 15 marks. These are very important for 3 questions I am giving. Let's go to the 10 marks. Part B is 10 marks question. So here you have to answer any 3 questions. Each question carries 10 marks. So Mr. A sold a product for intra-state to Mr. B. Compute the value of supply from the information given below. So input material is 50,000 and IGST for 9,000 rupees paid on it. Again, component purchased from a supplier for 15,000 and GST paid is 5,400. Subsidy received from the central government towards the purchase of the input materials is 10,000. Again, labor cost 10,000, administration overhead 15,000, profit charged 20% on the goods production. Again, discount allowed to customers as per the terms is 5,000. Expenses on package incurred by the supplier is 4,000. Transportation charges paid by the customer 7,000 on behalf of the supplier. So this is the 10 marks question we can expect. First one, cost of the input material is 5,000. We can add it. Again, cost of components we can add it. Again, cost of labor 10,000 we can add it. Administration overheads 50,000 rupees we can add it. Cost of production is 90,000 we can add it. So add the profit on 10%. So 90,000 into 10% is 9,000. Again, price of supply is 99,000. So what are the items we should not take? So we should not take any government discounts or government grants. We should not consider. Again, next point is packing charges 4,000 rupees we can add it. Again, cost of transportation 7,000 we can add it. Now total value is 1,10,000. Again, less discount is 5% here. Already we have given the 5% discount to the customers. So discount allowed to customers is 5,000. Deduct this discount 5%. So IGST paid and subsidy should not be including the value of supply. So what are the items we should not consider? So any discount allowed by the government we should not consider, any IGST, CGST or SGST paid we should not consider. Apart from this, we can consider all the items. Now let's go to the one more problem for 10 marks. So WB Limited, a registered manufacturer, engaged in taxable supply of goods, procured the following goods during the month of October 2020. The goods have been capitalized in the books of accounts of the company. Compute the amount of ITC available, input tax credit available. So electrical transformers used in the factory is 4,32,000. Molds and dies used in the factory 52,000. Pollution control equipment used in the factory is 4,68,000. Again, capital goods purchased on which the depreciation has been taken on full value including the input tax thereon is 2,70,000. Capital goods used as part purchased from the supplier who paid off under compensation schemes and the composite tax has not been collected from the WB Limited is 20,000. So this is the computation of input tax credit available. What are the items we can consider? So electrical transportation we can consider, again molds and dies we can consider, pollution control equipment we can consider, and capital goods purchased on which the depreciation, once the depreciation is capitalized or once the depreciation is taken, we should not consider the item. This is the nil. Again, capital goods used as parts purchased from the supplier who paid the, once the have reached under compensation scheme also we should not consider compensation scheme. So the total ITC available is 9,52,000 is the ITC available. Remaining items which is not ITC available. Now let's go to the note. For every problem please give the note. Again, so no ITC is available for a registered person who has claimed depreciation on the tax component of the cost of capital goods and plants and machinery under Income Tax Act section 16 subsection 3. Again, no ITC available for tax paid under the composition scheme. Again, electrical transformation, molds and dies and the pollution control device are used for the course of furtherance of business. Hence, ITC is available on this capital goods. Again, let's go to the one more 10 marks problem, input tax distributor. So here, the tax authority will give some authority to head office to distribute the tax to all its branch office. So head office will be called as input service distributor. The input service distributor is a person who registered under the tax authority as a head office or the distributor to what are the ITC available to all its branches. So Paras Limited has its head office in Mumbai, registered input service distributor with 4 branches office at Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi and Bhopal. It seeks an advertising agency at Mumbai for advertising its products. The total invoice value of the ad service including IGST is 6 lakh rupees. So here, so the transaction value is given is the actual product value, but service also we have utilized now. So this service has to be added here. So total ad service is 6 lakh rupees for all the branches. So we have given the ad service for 6 lakh rupees. We have to divide these expenses for all the branches on the base of turnover ratio. On the base of turnover ratio, we have to divide these expenses for all the branches to claim the input tax credit available for all the branches. So on the expenses, we can claim the input tax credit. So we can, out of the total turnover, we can divide these expenses on the base of the ratio we have divided. So later we can claim the input tax rate on that. So how to distribute these things on the base of total turnover? We have to take a ratio on that. We have to divide the amount. So turnover of the head office and the branch office including is given here. So 5 lakh rupees for Mumbai, 6 lakh rupees for Chennai, Bangalore 3 lakh, Delhi 8 lakh and Bhopal 3 lakh rupees. Compute the distribution of ITC by Mumbai head office. This is the ITC available. Input tax is available on the base of ratio, turnover ratio. We have to divide the input tax credit. Now let's calculate. The total invoice value is 6 lakh rupees including the IGST will be distributed to all the branches since the ad service are available by the branches also in proportion to their turnover. So if you add all the amount 5 lakh plus 6 lakh plus 3 lakh plus 8 lakh plus 3 lakh, so it will become 25 lakh. The total ad service is 6 lakh rupees. Now let's distribute the amount. So amount of input tax distributed. So turnover of the unit. So what is the turnover of the unit here? First one, So 5 lakh actual turnover of the unit divided by total turnover into tax available, input service available. Again, actual turnover divided by total turnover into GST amount. So here actual turnover divided by 25 lakh into GST available is, or the ITC available, equals to 1,20,000 rupees, should goes to Mumbai branch. Again, what is the actual turnover of Chennai? 6 lakh rupees if you convert it. So 1,44,000 should goes to Chennai branch. For Bengaluru branch 72,000. For Delhi branch 1,92,000. For Bhopal branch is 72,000. So again, distributed is 1,20,000 for Mumbai branch, Chennai 1,44,000, Bengaluru 72,000, Delhi 1,92,000, Bhopal 72,000. This is how for this we will get 10 marks. This is easy, no? So just distribute the amount, then write the amount in the chart. We have to show this chart. So on this chart we will be allot the marks. So these are the 10 marks theory question we can expect. So what are the objectives of prohibition, and also they can ask, so what are the items under prohibition? So which is import prohibition and export prohibition. If they ask for 10 marks, you can write points. If they ask for 5 marks, you can write any 5 points enough. So what are the items under prohibition for export prohibition, and also what are the items under import prohibition, and what are the objectives of prohibition or reasons of prohibition of goods. So we can expect for 10 marks. Again, explain the registration procedure under GST, 10 marks or 5 marks. Again, mention the conditions of claiming the, or what are the condition for claiming the input tax credit. This is also 5 marks or 10 marks question. So if they ask for 10 marks, write any 10 points. If they ask for 5 marks, write any 5 points. Write a contents of GSTR 1 or GSTR 2 or GSTR 3. Any one question we can expect. So GSTR 1, 10 points you can write for 10 marks. Again 2, 10 points, 3, 10 points. Any one question, there will compulsory, there will be one question on GSTR 1, 2 or 3. Okay. Again, what are the advantages of registration they can expect? What are the advantages? Advantages of registration. They can expect this question for 10 marks. Again, we can also expect one more question. What are the various forms under GST returns? So various forms under GST returns. So you can expect this question for 10 marks. Write any 10 points enough. Okay. Again, now let's go to the 5 marks. So mention the different types of custom duty. You have to just mention the names of the custom duty. Just write any 5 points. You'll get 5 marks. Again, write a note on input service distributor, 5 marks. Again, mention the steps in filling the GST returns, 5 marks also, 10 marks also they can expect. Next one, what are the documents to claim the ITC? What are the documents to claim the ITC? We can expect for 5 marks. Write any 5 points. So this is the 5 marks questions we can expect. Again, we can expect one more problem, only calculation of custom duty. So they will give the FOB value and assessable value and other types of taxes. So we have to calculate the tax on this. So for that we can expect 5 marks question. So custom duty you can expect 15 plus 5, 20 marks problem only we can expect from the custom duty. Again, other problems we can expect for 15 marks problem. And also here, while doing these things in exam, you may get 10 marks question and 5 marks theory. They will include both of this for 15 marks. Part A 10 marks question or 10 marks problem plus 5 marks theory. They will add this. It will become 15 marks problem only. They will ask in the, there are chances asking like this. So we can expect this type of question. This is your model paper 6M BCom. So again, we'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you so much.